Not the cat. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Faith, Love, and Coffee. I am Trish.
Jamie here.
Hello, I'm Jeanette.
We're waiting for Jeanette's sirens to go off because she gets one every Saturday at 12 o'clock noon. And since we've been out of town, we kind of forgot about all that. Yes. So welcome. Today we are talking about saying goodbye after a long visit. So, and not goodbye like permanently, you guys. I mean, but when you don't see your family for maybe 6 months to a year at a time and you come and stay for 2 weeks, then you have to say goodbye. It's so hard. So hard. But this has been a whirlwind, guys. There's just been so much that's been happening, at least in my life, that has just been catapulted until this moment and or until now. As you can see, there's still nothing on my wall since we moved into the house about a month ago now. But this week, we've only been here for a week, but this week has been trying to get my daughter scheduled for her new school and everything, which has been weird to say the least. But apparently my sister knows all about it since she's a teacher. She goes, yeah, they do it like that. So
yeah, it's different from when we were in school, that's for sure.
So different than we were in school, and so different from the county that's just one over. So, but anyway, I wanted to talk brief. I wanted to bring this subject up because I know maybe many of you, I don't know who's listening or who's going to be listening later, but if you have family out of state, out of town that you don't even get to see for a minute, like a big minute, a long minute, what are your thoughts when you go visit, and how does that affect you when you need to come back home? Pop your little comments, whatever, comments, and just let us know how you're doing and everything. All I have to say about this trip, my daughter and I went down to South Texas for 2 weeks, where I got to spend a lot of my time with these two lovely ladies, and it was epic. And I mean epic. It was such a good time. I don't think I can remember when I've had such a great time when I've gone to go visit. I mean, yeah, it was always wonderful to see family and everything else like that. But this time it was just busy and go. And it was just wonderful. So I kind of feel like I want to continue that, like while I'm back here at home, instead of just sitting my tush and, sit down after I get off of work and not do anything. I feel like I just need to go and run to places now.
James Avery.
Yeah, and that too. And that's all Jeanette's fault.
Oh my gosh. Yes. By the way, that sale ends on the 4th, so you got to hurry up and go in. And now they have anklets. Did you get the email that they have anklets now, that you can get a free anklet?
I did.
No, I have not yet. Haven't looked at my email yet, y'all.
And they have a new necklace, or I think it's new. At least because I'm new, maybe they're like, hey, you may have not seen this necklace, but it's got like a heart type thing. And like I said, they may have always had it, but they were like, expand your collection. I'm like, y'all.
They don't need to tell this woman that.
I'm like, don't do that to me. And I have mine on. I put mine on just for this moment because I was like,
oh, mine's downstairs.
No, I put it on because I'm like, if I'm not busy moving around I'm wearing this thing. But everything we did, I was going to say while you were talking and you were like, we were so busy. We had so much fun. I was going to blame Jeanette for it all.
Jeanette, I think you've created something in us that, we've been wanting to do, but not doing, and like getting that pep to get up and go, because honestly, I have been sitting on this tush after work for the longest time. And I really don't want to go do anything. I really don't want to. But like yesterday, after I got off of work, I looked at my daughter and I said, you want to go do something while Daddy's up there doing his thing, because he plays games every Friday night. And she goes, yeah, let's go do a mommy daughter kind of thing. And I'm like, okay, let's go.
Oh,
yes. So we did, and I know, right? And so we went to Kirkland's and Torrid and Ross.
I love Torrid.
She was like, I'm hungry. So we went to one of her now favorite spots, Panda Express. So I think that's almost every kid's, thing when they want to have something to eat now. But after that, we went home and it just felt like we got something accomplished, even though we didn't buy a darn thing. But that's sometimes the best thing. But yeah, I think you created a habit there, Missy.
I'm sorry.
Well, don't be.
Well, I was going to say this about Panda Express. Shout out to Panda Express. I feel like she's not the only one who might. I feel like I like Panda Express because I feel like I'm not eating fast food-ish. Like it's a little bit healthier. Like you get the steamed rice. Okay, and then that's my go-to on Panda Express. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like McDonald's, so it's still a good, I think, choice.
Yeah. They have like the vegetable options with the broccoli and onions.
Yes.
So yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. There's something there for everybody.
Side note of Panda Express.
I know. So, but you guys, I also it was kind of really great. I got to spend a lot of time with Jeanette, and Jeanette's mom, Yolanda, is one amazing person. She is so positive. So she just lights up my world because she does. I mean, she is quirky and positive, but she'll interject, and it's just funny. And she just, it was such a good time. I can't say, we played Mexican bingo, which is in our, it's called Loteria. I think I said that right. I'm not sure. Jeanette, you can always, to tell me. So I brought my own Loteria here so my daughter could practice her Spanish. Anyway, it was just a good time. And I think, at the end of our trip, as we were hugging and everything else like that, and although I get to see these ladies at least once a week on this channel, or twice if we jump on beforehand, but I didn't give them a chance this week. It was bittersweet. It really, really was. As I get older, as we all get older, goodbyes get harder. And this one was really hard. Yep. Okay. So, I mean, it was great to spend time with Jeanette and her mom, and it was just wonderful. But even though, we're cousins and, it was just still so hard to leave them, and they're not the core people, like your mom, your dad, your sisters, your brothers, they're like outside of the family, but still family. But man, leaving them, I felt like, honestly, I was leaving home, because they just welcome you with such authenticity and just being themselves. And it was just so wonderful to be that. And then, oh gosh, talking about learning some culture. Oh, I mean, seriously, I got to, she dropped out for a minute. She'll be right back.
Yeah, she'll be back.
I mean, learning culture was, like, my eyes were absolutely open this last time I've been there, because I learned some things that I just thought I never knew, and it so makes me want to delve into my Hispanic culture, Mexico, Spain, all of them. And this is it's just a beautiful, it was just so beautiful to see. And then, I got to connect with an aunt and some cousins that I haven't seen in over 25 years. I mean, that's a long time, but let me tell you, it was amazing. And, we got to go out and spend time, and it was just, incredible. I mean, I wish I could sit there and take you like like each day what happened, but oh my God, we'd be here forever. Let me see. Jeanette, are you?
I'm here. I don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened to you, but I said you would be back. But I mean, that's the kind of feeling that I got when I was there this last time. And Jamie, I know you were down there for about 3 months, kind of like getting things together and then, moving back up to wherever you're at. And,
wherever you're at, Jamie.
I don't want to say that out loud just in case.
Yes. It's still kind of like secret location. No, just kidding. But yeah, no, I agree with you. We'd been going. We went last year, remember? We went last year, we went the year before, but it was such a rushed trip. I feel like those times, and this time you really got to spend a good amount of time. Yeah. And it was, And I really don't think we would have done as much though if Jeanette wouldn't have been down there.
No.
I go back to blaming.
No, I honestly don't think either. And then, we had the invites to go to, their house all the time. And then they took us to restaurants that were so darn good, y'all.
Absolutely. The food this time was like,
off the chart. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
And you would think that I probably would have gained like 10 or 15 pounds. I think I actually lost some weight because my mom made us like salads every day. Like almost every single day. And it was wonderful. Hey, I would never miss up the chance to get cooking from my mother. Okay.
She definitely did that.
Definitely.
You got to see extended family, like some of your cousins, so that was good. I won't necessarily say their names because we didn't post any photos on social media, but you got to see a few relatives.
I did mention that earlier. So, but yeah, I did mention that earlier that we came across some cousins and an auntie that we haven't seen in over 25 years, or at least that was mine. That's how long that I haven't seen was over 25 years. I didn't see the oldest child since she was a baby. So, and when you just see someone fully grown, gosh, that just adds on years to you.
When was the last time that you saw Nelda?
Oh no, that was at the what was it? 2 years ago at your daughter's quinceañera. I met her then.
You met her then? Like you didn't know her before?
No,
I didn't either.
No, I've met other people through you. So yeah. Other cousins.
I had heard her name throughout the years, just like a lot of cousins. We have so many. And then when I met her at Charlie's quince, I was like, oh, now she's a good time. Yes.
She is a good time. Never ending from her.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, listen, and then even like when we were there at the restaurant, together this time around, and you guys were on that end. Listen, she kept me entertained on this side.
I can only imagine
something else.
That came out of her mouth.
Yes, but that's okay too, because I can. Yeah, I've been there, done that.
But see, I was at the wrong end. I should have been on that side, like with the heathens and the savages.
Yeah, you were on the good girl side of the table.
Lord, no, we all need some Jesus today. But while we were down there too, and I know that we'll talk more about the saying goodbye here in a minute because, but while I was down there, we visited so many great little shops and everything, and I'm not even sure if I was able to shout out the coffee shop that we were down there that we actually went to, and I think it's called Driftwood. And I told them that I would mention them, but Driftwood is a little mom and pop coffee shop down in Corpus Christi, Texas, that I think is on, Alameda and Airline. Yeah. So I think that's if you guys are anywhere near South Texas or y'all are in Corpus Christi, go visit. It is a great little place. It really is. and the coffee there was really good. So I'm never afraid to have coffee during the day. And I think, didn't you have like an espresso or something, Jeanette?
Oh my gosh, I forgot what it was called, but that guy had it. It was so bonita, and I was like, "Hey, where did you get that?" Because it was this like little tiny coffee cup. But man, it was strong. It was powerful.
I think baby coffee sure did wake her up there for a minute.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, the atmosphere there. Yeah, that atmosphere there is so great. Like I could totally go like work there. Like the environment and the atmosphere is just so relaxing, and I could see us doing a podcast from there.
Yeah. And you know, hopefully that'll be one day when we can do that. I actually brought that up to Jamie. It'd be kind of cool, you know, at one time or another, we can all be broadcasting from different coffee locations. And, well, of course, with their permission, and, you know, give them a shout out while we're doing the podcast. So, but that's the first one I wanted to tell y'all about, which is, again, Driftwood in Corpus Christi. So, but when she just said and mentioned a store that we were down there, and it's called So Bonita, and So SCW Bonita is another store that we went to go visit with all kinds of knickknacks and just cool things that we say, you know, T-shirts that had things on there, coffee mugs, different things that had different aspects of our culture in there, and things that we say sometimes. And then, of course, they, like I was talking about the Mexican bingo, the loteria. That's where I got that set from. But they also had like purses made of it, little charms, little, you know, you can name it, and it was there. Okay. So if you know what loteria, if you know, you know. Okay, that's all I gotta say. Because you know how we all call out those cards. Okay.
And you have to say everyone is welcome there except for Yolanda Saldivar, because that's what the sign says.
Indeed, that is it. But I was gifted this really cool sticker from Jeanette before I left, and I love it, you guys. And it's Cafecito y Chisme. Okay, if you know what that is, you guys. I'm putting this on my laptop right in the center of it. But if y'all don't know what Cafecito y Chisme is, well, Cafecito, of course, is coffee. Okay, a little bit of coffee, and Chisme, well, that's gossip. Okay. And as Queen Charlotte said in Bridgerton, what is life without a little bit of gossip?
I mean,
so not that is, you know, I know this is a faith-driven podcast, but I know that's a sin, but, you know, we all do it.
Like, okay, remember when we were talking about it, and it was like, okay, so it's really hard because what else is there like to talk about? And it's not like you're talking about people in an ugly way. You just say like, hey, I ran into so-and-so the other day and she's like working here now. And so somebody may be like, oh, it's only when you read like, you know, bad stuff, or, you know what I mean? Like talk. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, like, what else do we talk about? The weather only goes so far. Politics needs to be off the table a lot of times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, what are we going to talk about other than like the people in our world?
But y'all have to also put out there that during our Cheeseman talk is when we find out a history of our ancestors.
And I was just saying that. Oh, you know, my gosh.
That's when we found out some, you know, 411, and we're going, what?
That night after that night in San Antonio, we got finished with that. We got finished with that whole thing. So for that fiesta that we're at, and yeah, that was eye-opening, kind of cool. Yeah.
And then the ride home, like I don't even remember passing parts of like different little cities, and I was like, wait, we're already back? How did that happen? Because we were just like, nah.
Well, mostly it was. But I kind of was in the back sleep, kind of snoozing a little bit.
Yeah.
So. Yes. Everybody fell asleep but me. I kept the driver awake.
Yes, you did. And it was interesting. I mean, it was great conversation, though.
I'm claiming that.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
oh my
I
gosh,
was-
such a good time. It was such a good time. But
You really like
oh man, I was about to say something and I forgot exactly what I was gonna say. Gosh almighty. Yeah, you had said about the culture, and I had actually talked to Jamie about that too. But I mean, okay, so we all know that South Texas is heavily Hispanic driven. I mean, it is just full of Hispanic people, but the culture down there is so awesome. And the food over there, listen, I've been living up here in Georgia now for 25 years, give or take a couple of years, just like I had said before, to go back and live in Texas just for a year. And then I would come back. So I guess a good portion of 23 years or so, 24 years. Yes, I've gotten used to the weather up here because it is too darn hot down in South Texas. Today, this cool front came in, and our high today is 77. Tomorrow's high will be 70.
Oh,
So
nice.
down in Texas, it is still feels like, forgive me, but hell. So
It's very warm.
it is very warm. So it is hot. It's humid. Like the humidity there in South Texas is almost like I understand the warnings now, because it's like if you have any heart conditions, any kind of respiratory problem, do not go outside, because the moment you hit outside, you can't breathe. Okay. It's just one of those things that the humidity is just so like there sitting on top of like a bowl. So, but anyway, I've lived here in Georgia for a while, and I don't care how many restaurants out there say authentic Mexican food or Tex-Mex or whatever, you don't get the same thing here as you do down there. It is, you know. I mean, the first night we came in, Jeanette and her mom met us at this restaurant in Corpus. And the moment you just put their food in their mouth, it was like, oh my gosh, the memories flooded back. Like you're just like, man, that reminds me of my grandma's beans. That reminds me of the tortillas that she used to make. And oh my gosh. And I had like different aunts and everything that would make things that were so fantastic. Like my tia Sofia, God bless her, God rest her soul, she made the best tortillas, like the best tortillas. My stepmother, Gloria, she makes the best Spanish rice. Oh my God, it is so fluffy and so, oh my, yeah, hands down, really good. My mother, she is known for her enchiladas and her arroz con pollo. My dad was known for his menudo. I mean, just different things. If y'all don't know what menudo is, just Google it. But just so many different things. But the moment that just touched my lips, and I'm just like, oh, it's like the weight of the day just melted off of me, because it was a heavy day with losing luggage and, all that kind of stuff. But oh my gosh, just being there in that moment and eating food and talking, which of course, in any heart of a home, that your heart is in your kitchen, because that's where we all gather to talk and everything else like that. Well, this is what we did, but in a restaurant, and it was fantastic. And then at the end of that particular night, I left with some Mexican candy, which was just melted in your mouth. It was just so good, y'all. The food, the company, I mean, everything. I mean, even just being down there with my mom, she is different, but I'm sure everybody else would probably tell you about the differences of, your mothers, their mothers, however, she's a hard woman. She doesn't show a lot of emotion, but there is emotion there. So, because I know when we were hugging goodbye, I could tell she was getting teary-eyed. I was getting teary-eyed. Well, this one over here, my sister Jamie, I think she was just concerned about it being us in the air because I talk to her
Every time.
every time. But when you leave your parents, and my mother just turned 79 a few days ago. The question always is, how much longer do I have? How do I get back here to spend as much time as I can with them until that time? And of course, I have my sister, and I have Jeanette and her mom, and I have my stepmom, and I have my brothers, and they're all down there, all in Texas, and it's kind of like it's hard, and then my husband was like, well, you can fly anytime you want to, you could at least try to go fly once a month. And I'm like, yeah, I could, to see how, everybody's doing. And then that's hard too, because, I have Jamie now or Jeanette, where I can fly into DFW, and we can drive down together if I fly the right airlines. Cause yeah, anyway, it is like, go back with them and come back up and fly out, or fly directly, or, go to San Antonio, then drive down. There's so many options. But guys, this last time it was so hard because I felt like I found a brand new friend, like in you, Jeanette, not only my cousin, but, like somebody I can really talk to. And so,
like a bestie.
Like, yeah. I miss your mom. I miss your mom. I miss my mom. Even though she, like I said again, she's a hard woman. She cooked. She washed our clothes almost every freaking day. I mean, I was like, man, I'm going to move back in here. It was just like, oh my God, she took care of us. I know she was tired and she didn't have to do those things, but I think that's the way she shows love. And I think that's the way that's like her love language is to show acts of service.
Mm-hmm.
Where my love language is, to receive acts of service. And that just made me just be in love with my mom a lot. Well, it is that acts of service. In other words, because you would think that we were gone for 2 weeks, that things would be done here in the house, boxes, all that kind of stuff, and there was maybe 2 boxes that were put away, and that was it. Everything else remained the same. So this week has been, again, a whirlwind, and I'll start, doing stuff and start getting the family involved and stuff. But it just seems like unless I'm here and something's moving, nothing's being moved. So
how sweet of them to wait for you.
You know what it is? They want to make sure they don't do it incorrectly.
Yeah, because they'll say, but I don't want to piss you off. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, all those excuses, we don't
I want to put it in the right place because, you'll be looking for it. I'm like, okay. I mean, I really kept my mouth shut. I really did.
Hey, I want to real quick just say, while we were down there too, there's a relative of ours who has had some what do you call it? Health situations recently. We were all praying and lighting candles for this relative of ours for test results to come back fine and all good. And so far, most of them have, I think, if not all. So I just want to give a little praise report, hey, we were down there and yeah, we were worried and it just seems like it's okay. I don't want to say it's on the up and up, but nothing came back to where we need to do anything. Nothing needs to be done that's crazy medical at this point.
You have to admit, we saw a lot of God showing up while we were down there. I mean, for other family situation also, God showed up and took care of that, and that was huge. That was amazing. And that was huge. And thank you, God, for taking care of that for them,
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. It's so crazy because before everything, all of these results and everything were coming back. My mom was like, hey, you've been down here for all this time and we have not gone to San Juan. Like we have not gone to the Basilica. And I was like, oh my God. So I was like, let's go. And we just like next day decided we got up at freaking 5:30 in the morning or 5:30, drove down, you know what I mean? And like we lit candles, you know what I mean? I was like, just, I usually go down there as like, thanks. It's more like, I know people have bigger problems than I do. So I just go down there and I'm like, thank you for everything. The good, the bad, the ugly, whatever it is, like it's helping me in some kind of way, even though I might not understand it. And so we came back and then all of a sudden, all these things were like, oh, this is great. And this is great. And I was like, okay. So yeah, like I totally agree with you. And I know people don't understand some of the stuff that we do, but
when did y'all go down?
Who, girl?
After I left, or was it before I came?
No, while you were here, girl. Oh, when you went to your Orange Grove, like to visit your Orange Grove. We went that Sunday.
Oh my gosh, you serious?
Mm-hmm. We did. So like when you called and you were like, hey, come meet me or come, I was like, okay. I mean, I told Mom, I was like, we got to go. Like if we're going, this has got to be it. Cause it was like my last Sunday there too. I mean, like I told her, I was like, let's go, And so we hauled all kinds of booty down there and came back. We were home by like 11. Yeah. I mean, it was quick. We stayed for like just part of the mass for the mariachi to play a little bit, this and that, right? We stayed for, I think, what Mom called I don't know. We didn't stay the whole time. She used words that I was like, okay, whatever. And so, but yeah, we just hauled butt down there.
Dang. I'm glad I didn't say, oh, you should have invited me. I was sleeping until probably around 10 something that day. And then I just laid in bed watching church online. So
yes. No, seriously, we were at HEB standing in line and she was like, Jamie, we have not been, the lady that works there was like, oh, we just got back from down there somewhere, and so Mom was like, we have not been down there. And I thought, oh my gosh, normally.
And then when our cousin comes in, I wonder where they're going to go.
Yeah. So I was like, if you're down to go, Mom, let's go. I mean, like, I'm good. And so we literally, yeah.
And that's another thing. So, okay. So did that call happen before or after?
What?
Y'all went to San Juan.
That was.
See, but we didn't know. We did not know. Mom had not, if anything did, whatever like transpired with that situation, Jeanette, that you're like with our aunt and all that, like, we didn't know anything. So that was that Sunday before, right? Not because you left Saturday, remember, Sissy? So we
didn't find out until Tuesday that it was,
and then we didn't meet with them until whatever
Tuesday
that
night,
night was.
right? Wasn't it Tuesday night? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so we went that Sunday before, and then everything else with these medical things and everything came back like that same week. Everything was just flowing. Yeah,
but isn't that the same week that Mom heard from?
That was on Tuesday.
Mm-mm.
Tuesday before they left? I mean, Tuesday before I went to my...
No, because we got together with them after you did your family thing.
Mm-hmm.
No. I think we're talking about two different things.
Okay, well, let's save that for...
Yeah, we'll save that for later. So anyway, but I think that probably happened after that too, because I'm like, well, hey, if we're talking about miracles, hey. So, but... I agree with that, Jeanette, that, and to see my mom have closure and,
that was amazing. That was such an emotional little gathering for that time, to see them both just hugging on each other and just crying. And, and the rest of us are just sitting there going, do we go hug too? Do we not hug?
I was like, they need their space.
So, I know, I was looking like, oh my gosh, like
I know. And then we're like trying to act normal, but we want to see two because we want to.
But that was such a great thing to see because I got to see my mother have release.
Mm-hmm.
and I know she has needed that for so long. And it
Yeah.
may not just have been for that brother, but for everyone else who came along before that.
I
Yeah.
think,
For everyone else that she was not able to say goodbye to.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I'm
And
surprised she was so like vulnerable like that.
I love that.
Yeah. I mean, I was like,
Love that. And I think even como your mom, Yolanda, I knew she also felt it,
mm.
Yeah.
because
I feel
I
like
can
on
almost
that
like,
side of the room felt it.
I think we all did.
We did.
It was
I mean,
amazing. It really was. I have to say. And you're so right. I think that was a God thing.
mm.
Because
Yes.
God
But
showed up and showed out, let me tell you.
it was the first time mom, like, this whole time I've been down there. And then when you came, that she was like, I needed that. I feel so much better. I like, you know, glad I went.
Yeah.
I think it was better that it happened there and not in San Antonio, because
Yes.
San Antonio would have been a totally different
Yes.
vibe. You know
Oh,
what I mean? I think
yeah.
think we needed that just us and not everybody else. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Oh, for
And I
sure.
just hope that it opened the doors to more conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I
You know
think
what I
it
mean?
did.
Like
I
that
think it
kind of like getting together and saying goodbye at the same time kind of opened that gateway for them to
Yeah.
actually have
Yeah.
a
So
relationship.
good.
I'm hoping that it's going to happen for them.
Yeah. And I'm going to quickly just say one of the podcasts we had, I was, in Oklahoma visiting family, and I also did a 2-week stint like you did here. And when you talk about saying goodbye, honey, that Sunday I left from over there, I was crying like a little bee. I was, because like my niece and my nephews, all three of them, I have a little one now, up there. It was so hard because I got so much time with them. I got to talk to my dad a lot, which I hadn't in forever, because there's always somebody around, somebody's always doing something. And I got to spend like every day, talking to him and getting to know things that I didn't even know about him, and vice versa for me. So you talk about a hard goodbye. I was like, dude, I mean, I was already planning like, where can I move up here? I want to be closer. But then I realized like that wasn't such a great idea either. Glad that didn't work out that way. But yeah, I mean, visiting family, and when you have such a good time, it just so hard to leave. So hard.
is hard. Even though like I go see mom quite a bit, like it's always hard for me to leave her, especially this last time where I was there for 2 weeks, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's always hard to leave her. Like, even though I know I've got to come home, I've got a family and I got everything here, but at the same time, I'm like, but I miss my mom. Here I am in my 50s missing my mom, but
Yeah.
So am I, sweetheart. Well, we're both in the 50 club. She's got 2 more years. And then by the time she comes in, I got 2 more and I'll be in the 60 club. But wow, that's kind of scary to think about. But I mean, and I was about to ask you that, Jeanette, because, for all of you out there, Jeanette goes and visits her, or goes and visits her mom like almost every other week. And I'm really, I man, if I could do that, that would be amazing. But when flying and everything, it's just difficult. And then, yeah, and you keep on getting. Anyway, I just wanted to ask you. I mean, you did touch base on that just now. It must be very difficult to leave her because she's there, and then you come and take care of her. And I know you have your brother, and don't you have siblings that are close by?
I've got 2 brothers. I have one that lives here in Allen, but he's got so much going on that he doesn't ever get down there. And so, yeah, I take care of mom, and, she's getting older, and, she's lost most of her eyesight and stuff. It's very hard
Yeah.
to leave, and then she's got her life there, and she, they're stubborn. They're never going to move over here with us, regardless of how bad it gets. They will not ever move with their kids. But I say them, but because your mom and my mom are exactly alike in that sense.
Yes.
But yes, and then she's got stuff like, we're planning Dad's 5-year celebration of life because, in January it'll be 5 years that he's gone. So it's like, while I want to do stuff, like I've got to put on my South Texas hat and plan for South Texas, and so I guess it helps that I'm there almost every other weekend because then I know what's around and all of that, But it's so hard. Like I talked to her this morning and I was just like, I wish I was there.
What was his date of passing?
January 3rd, 2021. Yeah.
2021, you guys. And 2 days later, I was in heart surgery.
Yeah. It's
The
crazy.
day after that was my dad's birthday. And the day after that, I was in surgery.
That is crazy.
That is very crazy.
Y'all, I want to take this back to like real quick, another little place in South Texas that Jeanette and I went to first. And then when you came, the Cookie Plot is also off of Airline, correct? Right?
Yeah. I forget the cross street. Is it Airline and Staple? No,
it's this other, whatever the mall, kind of like that way-ish. But anyway, the Cookie Plot, y'all, has books. They have cookies. They have coffee. They have all things. If you are one of those like readers, coffee lover, they have everything. They have everything. And
Do you believe that they are geared to romantic romance novels or romance books? And that little shop was the cutest shop I've ever been in.
And I'm not a romance genre girl, but they did have one little bitty, like not rotating, but 3 little bookshelves of Frida McFadden. Shout out to Frida McFadden. I got my sister reading her over the summer, and now my mom has started, but only because of Jeanette also. Everything is like because of Jeanette.
We love you, honey.
I love y'all.
An online like book club down there, the Coastal Bend Babes or something like that. I can't remember. And Frida McFadden, The Tenant, was the book of the month for like June, I think. So I read it. I had already read some of her stuff. Anyway, so the Cookie Plot, I think, is kind of expanding some of that. They also had back in the back a little discounted like little bookshelf where I was able to buy The Housemaid as my own personal loveliness. And it was like $6 or $6.50. I was like, yep, I got to have it. So another shout out to another little, especially y'all for Small Business Saturdays. Those are the ones you want to hit up, y'all. Like, I mean, seriously.
Oh, that's a good thing. Jamie, we can start doing that too.
We'll talk about, and then over here where I moved, y'all, I've passed, I don't know how many non-Starbucks, non-Dutch Brothers or whatever, or Dutch Bros. And no shade on them. Love y'all still. But like little mom and pop shops. So
yeah.
Sometimes those are like the best ones because they're so personable, and then they've got like photos of maybe their family, or they just make it homey, right? So it's kind of like sometimes if you're going to meet up with a friend to just talk, sometimes those mom and pop coffee shops are more personable. That's what the experience I've had. Like I have a friend that we meet up sometimes for coffee, and we will stay there. You can ask my husband because he's like, you said coffee and it's lunchtime and you're still there. But because we just talk and it's so quiet, and it's not the busy Starbucks and the rowdy Starbucks, and it's not a drive-through Dutch Bros, and they have it's just the best, those mom and pop shops. So shout out to them. We need to find us a coffee sponsor.
Yes. I would love if somebody could pass this on. Cafe Olay, HEB, baby.
Oh my God. And speaking of that, y'all, the coffee down there. If you're not from Texas, they have a grocery chain down there called HEB, and it is a great, great grocery store. And in this grocery store, they have Texas coffee. Okay.
Mhm.
And my sister introduced me to Cafe Ole, which has like different coffees, like the taste of Austin, the taste of Houston, the taste of DFW. I think I actually saw one like that. And the taste of San Antonio and the Hill Country. And I went on their website and saw so many different kinds. Well, not their website, but on what was on Amazon because I'm in Georgia and they do not have that coffee here. Okay. So I fell in love with the San Antonio one because it had chocolate and cinnamon and it just a lovely blend of coffee with these flavors. And that is what's in my cup right now. Is because I just received it yesterday. Thank you, Amazon. And I have my Cafe Ole Taste of San Antonio in my cup, and I absolutely love it. So
I had
let's try the other ones now.
I had the Taste of Austin this morning only because I bought a bag of that before the San Antonio. Because when you came, I was like, let's try San Antonio, right? I'd already bought a bag of the Austin, which is still great. Shout out
Still
to
great.
Taste of Austin. But San Antonio hits a little different. And I think for a lot of reasons, the flavors, right? But San Antonio is like, you have a little special special moments in San Antonio. But it is there. The pecan, Texas pecan is another one that like I got originally started drinking. And then I've just tried.
No, the Costa Rican. I love that Costa Rican. But I will tell you, ladies, I did buy a bag of that Mexican coffee from So Bonita. And let me tell y'all, that stuff was delicious. I left
Was
it at
this
my
the whole bean one that you bought?
Yes. And so we got, the little machine to be able
The
to
grinder.
grind our beans.
Ah,
And I just want to say that coffee was so good. And I left it at mom's house. I was like, I'm going to leave it here for when I come. But that I'm going to have to buy a bag to bring home because
so wasn't that from Tejas Cafe?
no, that was from Mexico. It was coffee from Mexico that I got at So Bonita. Yes.
Yeah, you need to take a picture of that and yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. And whole bean is supposed to be better anyway.
Oh
like
yeah.
grinding it. Yeah. I mean,
I have a grinder. Which is
And
really
it's not
cool
that
because it's
hard.
an old Starbucks grinder that my father-in-law had, and so now this thing is like old, like it's like 20 years old, but it still grinds, baby. So,
Yes.
woo. I would look forward to that. If you go to So Bonita, you can grab a couple and just send one my way.
Right?
Thank you for the shipping.
Oh my gosh, I need to quit watching her videos every day because they get cositas every day, right? And she posted something, I think it was yesterday, and I was like, I'm so glad I'm not there because all my money would just be, I'd be like, here, take my money. Take my money.
Which is one of the advantages of us living away from corporates.
Yeah.
I even told her because we went there, I think it was Friday. And I told her, I said, I had to come in one more time before I go back home. And I told her, I said, next time I come here, I'm just going to have to come work here because I need to earn my money to pay for my habit. She goes, oh, girl, I'll put you to work. And I was like, okay.
Speaking of, remember we were like looking for, what do you call it? I was looking for a part-time James Avery job because shout out to James Avery, and they're, of course, we all know they were originated in Kerrville, and then everything happened, there in the summer. And I went originally like looking for the Texas Heart Charm, right?
Yes.
And then they had the buy two, get the, bracelet or this or that, and so I was like, we went in there and some of us lost our minds down there. Some of us did. I did not get to lose my mind because I knew I had other things I had to do, but I already have like the next charm. And then I've already started looking at some Halloween inspired, not for me, but for someone else's bracelets. And so, yeah, I went online to look for part-time jobs, but
Wow.
And let's talk about your bracelet, how you didn't start that bracelet until like 2 weeks ago. And now look at all those charms. Let's talk about that.
Okay, I'll show you mine because I have mine. My sister, of course, has now like gone bananas with hers. But so the three original, right, are the ones that say mom. Let me go this way. Mom, A&M, of course, because like Devin, and then little sis. Those were the three originals. Buy two, get one.
Yes.
La, la, la. Okay. Well, no, buy two, get the bracelet. Then I was like, oh, let me get another charm. I just love this one. Okay. So then while we were sitting there picking up my sister's second bracelet or like second set of something she got, she comes out and gets me this sunflower because I love sunflowers. And she texts me and she's like, oh, sorry, it's taking so long. There's a line, which I mean, I was in the parking lot watching people come in and out, but I was like, okay, whatever, like no big deal. She comes and hands me this little box, and I was like,
at the restaurant.
Oh my God.
Yeah, at the restaurant
At the restaurant. And then I drove right back to James Avery that same day so they could put it on the bracelet.
While we're still at the restaurant.
Yes, while we were still at the restaurant, everybody was eating. And so, yeah, that's the obsession that has now occurred because the emails come and.
Yeah, and there's a charm that I need to go look for because somebody bought the last one that they had.
Oh, yes, she did.
Guys, I will promise I will have it on. It's downstairs.
I know. I don't have mine on either. Mine's upstairs.
It's downstairs right now, but I did buy these 3 charms that are so cute that I didn't even realize until I actually had it on my arm. And I went, oh my gosh, there's Faith, Love, and Coffee.
And didn't I put them in that order? Like you didn't even realize?
I didn't even think about it. As a matter of fact, the love and the cross were the second picks. They weren't the first. The coffee was. And then the big sis. And then what was the other one? Oh my gosh, I can't remember. The Texas charm. Mm-hmm. So and I did, and those were my first 3. And then when I came back in, I got one for me and my daughter, which is the heart charm, and then the cross that has a little puffed heart on it. Sorry, Jeanette. And I had
no hard feelings. No hard feelings.
Where it would look really good together. Not so spaced far apart because I had just spaced them far apart the first time. And then I filled it in, and then I went, oh my gosh, after I got it. And we were just thinking, I'm like, I said, Jamie, look. And I said, I didn't even think about it. Look at that. And she's like, oh my gosh.
It all came together.
It all came together. And then I have actually those 2 that I bought those 2. And then my little music notes because I love music. It has been a part of my life, of course, for the longest time. I sing, I love to sing. I love to sing. Anyway. But that's our James Avery. And then Miss Jeanette Pooh here, good Lord. She said, this is just one of my, just one of them. I'm like, she has so many charms, y'all. I'm like, how long have you been doing that?
I've had my bracelet for about 25 years though.
Oh my God.
Because a friend of mine gave it to me. My bracelet started out, a friend of mine gave it to me with a bracelet and a charm. She got a charm for me and then one for her. So we have this matching charm. And then another friend of mine knew she was giving this to me. So then she gave me a charm too for my birthday. And then I think I didn't add another one on probably for like another 2 or 3 years. And so before I started re-adding charms to my bracelet, it had been years. Oh, wow. I'm talking like I when I got the charm, my first charm, and I went to go pick it up, which was the Corpus Christi one, and I went to pick it up. They gave me back my bracelet, and it was so shiny because like I hadn't cleaned it, and it was just and to me it was regular because I'm like okay, because I hadn't done that in so long, but it had been probably a good, I would say maybe 10 to 12 years since I had gotten my last charm. So
wow,
yeah.
And then Jeanette's so savvy, you guys, because she was like, okay, they have buy 2, get a bracelet. So if you go back and get other charms, get the bracelet. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I can do that because, and I did. So now I have 2 bracelets, but only one has my regular charms. I'm saving the other bracelet, which is really nice looking. that's going to be like for either Christmas or Halloween, and then I'll probably get another bracelet to do the other one because I love Christmas and Halloween. Halloween, of course, is reserved for my husband and I. That's our wedding anniversary, and we both have a love of Halloween. So anyway, but Jeanette is the one who like made me think like, oh yeah, I could just get that. And the other girl was like, are you sure you don't want me to get another what do you call it? And I could have with Jamie's. She was like, and then we can give you another. And I'm like, no, just because I was in a hurry. I was like, oh my God, we don't want to be late, blah, blah, blah. And here everybody else was late and we weren't. But I was like, okay, well, and I was like, no, that's okay. Girl, I walked out of there without, I could have had another one.
And then when y'all went together, technically y'all could have paid for 2 charms together and then had gotten another bracelet. So I was like, why didn't y'all do that? Like,
I didn't even think about that. We could have done that. See, I didn't even know.
Because you got 3 and she got 3, so that's 6. Technically, you could have like put 2 to the side and then gotten another bracelet.
Yeah, you could have.
That's just my way.
All this talk is making me want to get on there right now and see what's going on.
Yeah, I know. I need to go get that charm, the cross with the heart, because that was so cute. And then get another one so then I can maybe get a free anklet or another free bracelet. I mean, that little mini heart bracelet I got is cute because it matches my necklace, but
There's a countdown, y'all, on the website.
We have 2 days, right? Isn't it over on the 4th?
You never know what's going to come next or what new. Actually, I think they also said that there are new charms coming out as well. So we'll see. But now y'all know how hard it was for me to say goodbye, at least to these 2 ladies in person, because they are just incredible women. I love Jeanette. It's just so go, and just so savvy. And I love spending time with her. My sister, of course, she's my rock. I just can't fathom having my life without her.
I enjoyed getting to spend time with your daughter and get to know her a little bit better. I played 20 questions with her and she did not hesitate to sit there and answer them either. Most kids are like, no, any question I asked her, she would answer it and run me off. And so it was really good to get to know her a little bit better too. That was
she
fun.
did have an answer.
Yeah, she turns 15 tomorrow, you guys. So that is.
Did you find a dress? Did you find a dress for her?
Yes. Oh my gosh, you guys, she did find a dress. We went shopping last weekend. My friend Emmy and her son came out and they helped us with a dress. And it is a color that she was adamant about not getting.
Okay.
Hey, Trinity, can you bring your dress over here so I can show them?
What dress?
I can't wait to see it.
15.
Wow.
So,
What dress?
I know, right? What dress? No, I don't want you to put it on. I want you to bring it to me, please. So this is a color that because she was like, no, I don't want that color. I don't want that color. I don't want that color. Y'all, it is navy blue.
Oh, after all that.
And it is like this, it's a see-through in the middle. Because I went ahead and said, okay, I know she's going to be 15 and I got to get used to that. So anyway, so it's a beautiful, beautiful dress. It is short. So hang on just a second, y'all. And I'll show you. Yeah, I know that y'all are coming in here going, what are they talking about? Listen, we had a lot going on these last 2 weeks. And again, it was hard to say goodbye. And this episode is about, how hard it is to say goodbye. Thank you. Look at this.
Oh, how cute.
Oh, yes.
That's cute.
Isn't that beautiful?
How cute.
And the color on her is amazing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, yes. So she's going to be wearing that tomorrow. She wants to take it with us so that way after church she could just go ahead and pop it on. And I'm like, I think we're going to come back for that. So, but yes, that's what she chose. Because, Emmy was like, I really feel this is going to be a good color on you. And I'm like, I think so too. Because she was like, no, I want to stay white or pink or the light colors. And I'm like, girl, really the darker colors are your colors because of our hair. Because her hair is dark brown, just like, mine is too. And
That's a pretty color.
It is a beautiful color on her. And
Love
so I went and tried on a maroon dress for the wedding. And it was beautiful.
Anybody can wear maroon but me.
Oh, you wear maroon all the time, though.
I know, I do. I was ready to wear maroon,
I loved it.
but I was told no.
Yeah, it was a maroon burgundy, whatever you want to call it, like a wine color. Just beautiful. It was so pretty. But I also tried a gray, slate color dress and some other colors. So, but I'm thinking closer to October because that thing right there is going to get utilized.
What is that?
I know, right? I'm like,
My rower.
oh, okay. Wow.
Yep. So those shoes that you gave me, yeah, they're going to get used.
Those were cute shoes, though.
They are. And I'm wearing like some like red leggings today to go with my shirt, and I'm like, and they're kind of like, I can wear my shoes. So we go shopping this afternoon. We're gonna be moving and a grooving.
Right?
Whoa, we've been in here for an hour. Oh my god.
Yes, but you guys, I've had so much fun talking with y'all, and anybody who's out there, like, this is us. This is how we talk here on this channel. This is how we talk to each other every day. This was even more enhanced when we were together, and I am praying and hoping that we have more times like that, because and I know it was so hard to say goodbye, but I would rather say goodbye and come back and live it all again and do it all over again, because I think this is what it's all about.
I mean, and we laughed so much, and so much laughter.
So much. And it was just so wonderful. Man, if you can get a group of women together that can do the same thing that we're doing here, and if you want to, become part of our group, or, just share, just drop us a line, drop us a comment. Things are going to start picking up from here now that we're getting settled in this house. I get to concentrate a little bit more on Faith, Love, and Coffee as a whole. And, hopefully that website will be coming up pretty shortly with the resources and things like that we used to be talking about. And, so we hope that we're going to be able to give you more things that, all of us can come together and work on. And so anyway, we've loved being here with you guys. Any last thoughts, you guys, on saying goodbye after being together for a while?
It's so hard. It was so hard. Like when y'all left on that Friday night, or, it was just like, okay, fine. Tomorrow, whatever. Yeah, it was hard. It was really hard. Yeah. And even my mom was like, well, she said something like, the fun has ended for now. And I'm like, Mom, she was like, she was even like, because she loved having y'all around, and she loved watching us and listening to us be us, and, all of that. And I think she was I'm glad that she was there to do that with us. And I think we just kept her so busy. I think I wore her out while I was there, but she loved having y'all around and getting to see how we are and how we joke around. And we didn't leave her out. Like, we included her, with everything. And so even though she tried to blow us off.
Well, we try to include my mom and everything too, because of your mom too. And, but not only just because of your mom, but because we wanted her to get out a little bit more, so she doesn't feel like she's such a hermit.
Oh, I love your mom, though. Your mom makes me laugh. So sometimes I'm just sitting there going, what the heck did she just say?
It's part of the trait.
But I love her because it's never a dull moment. No.
Hey, 0 filters and 0 F's.
Like zero.
She don't care. That woman does not care.
She does not care. She
does not care.
But she loves her God. And I tell you what, she loves her God. I love
They're in their 70s and sassy era.
Right?
Oh my gosh, if y'all would have been there with me and Mom at So Bonita on that Friday, we took our time. So we were going through the t-shirt wall, not the one that was like in the back, but the one that was on the side by the material. And the comments that my mother was making about some of those shirts, I was just sitting there cracking up. Yeah, now she wants to go back and get the one that says Brown and Proud or something like that.
Oh my gosh. That's awesome.
I actually
made about that.
I left my shirts down there because I'll be going back this weekend, right, to pick my dog up and see my mom and everything. But I'm like, I left the shirt down here that says like spread masa, not hate, and like
Oh,
rest in peace to the tacos I'm about to kill, and I'm like, I gotta make sure I get all that stuff. Can't leave it.
and I'm over here going, how can we get our logo on a shirt or on a coffee mug
Yes.
or on a,
And
'cause
y'all,
I think
even
that'd be
though
great
like
for a coffee mug.
I make those things or whatever, and once we get off of here, Jeanette has some exciting news too. I mean, maybe she could share here if she wants to. But like, even though I make shirts, I also am the type like I like to support other people. I
Yes.
try not to like, oh, that's what their shirt says, I can make it too, which I know I can. But the fact that like I didn't come up with that on my own, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that is so cool, And so that So Bonita has so many things, y'all.
Those stickers, though, like I need to not go back to that store.
I love
That's all I'm
them.
gonna say.
Girl,
Oh my God. I love mine. I love it. I love it.
I
Love it. I hope
know,
you
and
went back and got yourself another one because I love mine.
I didn't get to get that one that I really wanted, the Chichiwango shirt, the little sticker, because it was all gone.
Oh man. Maybe they'll come back.
I'll just
You
wait
go
till
back.
I look online, and then when she restocks, because I know she's been restocking a lot of her stuff, but she hasn't restocked that one yet. I'm like, okay,
You can tell her, hey, can you hold that for me? I'll come back.
I
and
know,
get it.
right? I'm the girl from Dallas. Do you mind holding that?
Jamie, any last thoughts for you, my dear?
Mm-mm. I had the same thing. It was hard. We cried on the way back. Not all the way, but like,
Oh, did y'all really?
oh yeah, Mom. Yeah, you were right. Mom was emotional. She cried now. She let her tears dry up a little bit faster than mine because that's just how Mom, she didn't want me to see too much going on. But I cried, baby, till like, I don't know. It was a minute. And I know I was like
Maybe, I
driving.
mean, did she say that like probably because she loves spending time with Trinity or
She just
Ariana, excuse me.
I think she just feels the same way like we do, that there's not enough time
There's not.
and not enough like frequent visits. You know what I mean? And then when we do get together, it's such a good time that
Here's the thing too, then I have to think about this in a spiritual way too. We may not have that much time here on earth. We we have our family here and everything else like that. But that day when we're all reunited in heaven, my God,
It's gonna
what
be
a
a big
glorious
part.
time that will be, and we'll be all together.
I got to get my life right. So hopefully that'll happen for me.
I hope so. Listen, me too, and I'm sure everybody else. I mean, yeah, I'm not worthy, but I know that because of what Christ did for us, I know that I'm good, and I know that since I'm a believer, I will be there, and I will see my brother and my dad and everybody else.
Yes.
So, but for the meantime, since we're still in this earthly plane, I miss everybody. I love everybody. It is hard to leave, but leave we must until the next time. So, and speaking of the next time, we will be here next week with something a little bit more formal, I guess. If you can believe that, formal. But what I meant, like, I really did this as one off the cuff because I really needed to apologize to you as our audience because I just came on briefly last Saturday because we're about to get on a plane and let you know that I was getting on a plane. And after that, I went silent. And it's just been a very rough week. But now, again, since we're settling down, we'll come back at you with some more stuff. And if y'all have any comments or anything that you want us to talk about or we can bring up, by all means, please let us know. We're here for you guys, I know we may not have a large audience, but if you know anybody who can get anything out of this and just come out and just, shoot the stuff with us.
Hey, I do have one thing before we leave because
Okay.
I know Trinity already started school, or Ariana already started school. And so for those of your kids out there, we go back soon.
So do we.
I'll pray for y'all.
Yes. So everyone, I hope everyone has a great, first day back. Remember your teachers do love your kids, but give them grace. We're tired already. And so, yeah, I'm hoping everyone has a great first day back, and it's so exciting. Such a cool time.
Well, that being said, you guys, I am going to go ahead and lead off with, and I don't even remember, it's been a couple of weeks since I've even seen my stuff, y'all. Okay. I know. I'm going to try to close this out as best as I can. Let me see. Let me see if I can do this. Hang on just a second. Y'all, I can't believe I'm actually doing this. This is crazy. All right. So, all right, here we go. Y'all, I finally found it. And I
was looking it up too.
All right. So until the next time, keep faith, spread love, and savor every sip of life. Until the next time, take care and keep brewing positivity. We'll talk to y'all later.
Amen.